just on my way to Laura's to borrow some flour, but it took me 15 minutes because these two boxes were wedged in the door and I couldn't get the door open. Me and my online shopping. Hilarious. So today has been quite a day. I went to Laura's to borrow some flour and she gave me a bunch of brown sugar because she does so much baking. So yeah, I got my flour and sugar, which I really needed. But Richard called me and said he left work and he hasn't been feeling 100%. So he said he's going to go to the doctor. He's been getting these kind of palpitations, like almost like, I don't even know. The only thing I could describe it as is palpitations, and he hasn't been sleeping that well. So I'm making my fruitcake now. I gotta put this down for a sec. So we weren't sure if it was anxiety or it might be something else. Like, who knows, hey? I'm just taking the little paper thing off the lemon extract there. That little thing there. And of course, I can't go with him to the hospital, which stresses me out. So anyway, long story short, he decided to go to the emergency instead of the Nutty Center because he will get a much more thorough checkup at the hospital than they can even do at the Nutty Center. So they said he did an ECG heart test and blood pressure and all that. And they said everything looked normal, but they monitored. I just wanted to smell this because I've never smelled lemon extract before. And they're monitoring him, you know, on a monitor with blood pressure and everything, but everything looks fine and normal. But at the same time, I just feel bad that I can't be there with him because there's just too many germs. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Anyway, so I just realized what kind of person I am under stress, because I've never really paid attention to what I am like when I am stressed out. I am the kind of person that won't eat, and I have to be busy. So I thought, perfect time to make the fruitcake. So I'm talking to him every hour on the hour. So he said they were going to do a blood test, and then they repeat it again. So that was about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to do it at 4, and then they repeat it again at 6:30. So the kids have all gone, and so he's been talking to the kids. He does not want me to tell anybody. He didn't even want me to tell the kids. Come on. Sometimes I just get so sick of I am so sorry if I offended anybody, but I get so sick of it that, you know, I'm not the only one. Things can happen to other people. I just am tired of it being about me all the time, and I don't want it to be about Richard. I don't, but I just feel like he always has to be there for me, and now he's there and I can't be there for him, and it just is stressing me right out, I tell you. Oh, God. But then it's not about me, and everything's okay, and he's fine. And I told him to stay off his phone and maybe have a nap because he hasn't been sleeping that well. So the last time I called, or no, he called me, and I said, did you get any sleep? He said, yes. He slept, and then the doctor came in, and he said it felt like he was only sleeping 10 minutes, but I bet you he had a good nap is what he needs to rest. So I'm making it my mission to not be dependent on him. So, but then I do like the dog food thing. It's a big old heavy bag, and I had to fill the container, but he's not here and the dogs are hungry. So I did it, whatever. And if I'll pay for it tomorrow if it was too heavy, and if it wasn't, then albeit. I can do things, and I do things. You guys know that I do. But I just feel bad for Richard. I just want him to be home. I just really, and then in times like these, even though he's okay, and I'm sure he's okay, it probably is something not even, do you know what I mean? Like, but you think about, what would you do without them? Like, I don't even want to think that way, but, and I'm sure he thinks the same way with me going in and out and in and out. So this time it's my turn. So anyway, I'm going to carry on with my fruit cake. I think I need to add some flour, baking powder, and salt. That much I do know. Where's my baking powder? You guys are right in the cupboard with my baking stuff. So it should be right here because that is something I couldn't believe it. I went to bake and I was like already stressed, and then I was going to go in my car to go to the store, although I'm not supposed to drive, and there's like an actual thing on my license that says you cannot drive till the doctor says you can. But I thought, oh, going to the neighborhood, nobody would catch me. The one time you would get caught. It is. The one time. And then Laura's like, Monica, you know where my key is? Just go in my house and get some flour. Because she bakes her bread all the time, right? So anyway, she ended up coming home. Because by the time I went to her house, I opened my front door. And those ginormous parcels were sitting at the front door. So by the time I got those in the house, finished talking to Richard, and oh my God, you see people? This is what stress looks like. I'm so much better beside somebody in the hospital. I mean, that's my job. I'm a doula. That's what we do. But it wouldn't make any sense for me to go sit there, catch some virus from somebody that's in the ER. It's just dumb. And I know it is, but at the same time, you know, I want to be there. But the kids are. So Jessie went earlier, and Deanne, I think, is going right away. And then Curtis is going to try and go later. Although Curtis is really sick, so he said, maybe I shouldn't go because I don't, he's sick. He's got a really bad, whoops, cold. So yeah, you guys know what it's like. I'm not the only one in the world to have these kind of issues. But anyway, so I'm adding a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 cups of flour to this mixture alternately with orange juice. Trying to use the very best ingredients because, I mean, I don't make fruitcake, but I sure love a good fruitcake. Sure do, sure do. So is that 2 cups? Looks like it. Oh, 3 cups, too much. So yeah, I think it's going to turn out really, really nummy. And this will be cooking when Richard gets home and he can have some. There. So I'm just sitting in the living room by the light of the Christmas tree, waiting for Richard to come home. I just talked to him. He said everything looks fine and normal. But then what is that fluttering in his chest, you know? So weird. So anyway, I have all my devices around me. I've got my iPad, my laptop, my water, which I'm drinking. I put this reminder on my phone to drink water, and every 8 times a day it gives this bling. So yeah, I've been drinking a lot more water, and I'm talking to you on my iPhone. So yeah, my tree looks pretty. Kind of hard to put them honking things under the tree, though. I mean, seriously, this is so funny. And this is the 1 year we take our presents over to Deanne's, but I'm gonna finish. There's got to be, if you guys can think of an idea how I don't have to do that, because I don't want to haul all these gifts over to her house to open over there. It just seems silly to me. So yeah, we'll figure it out. So I just took my fruit cake out of the oven, and I just washed my hands, so don't worry. It's ready for sure. And it said to line it with wax paper, but I took a brown bag and I made a circle. I traced the bottom of the pan with part of the bag, and then I just wrapped it around the rest of the bag 3 places so it'll be easy to lift out when it cools. It looks great. Look at that. It just looks delicious. So we're just gonna let that cool. And Richard's still not home, but I just called him and he said, I'll have to call you right back. They are taking my blood for that second blood test. So we'll know more soon and he'll be home. Did I tell you guys about these little mini ice cubes? I have to say I'm in love with them. They're little ice cube trays that I got, about a couple months ago. And I have in my freezer, I keep freezing them and then putting them in a big, huge, giant Ziploc bag. So it's like you always have crushed ice. I love it. I really do. It's the little things. So we had nachos last night. We watched the X Factor UK and the finals. It was so good. That's like, to me, that's my Super Bowl. So we had nachos. So these are left over. So I'm just going to eat them. This will be my supper because I don't know. When Richard gets home, I'll make something for him, but I'll just eat this for now because I haven't eaten today. I ate 1 egg and that's it. And I know I have to stop stressing. I got to eat. So this was ready. I'm eating it. That's homemade guacamole, organic salsa, and some sour cream. Yeah, and then we put ground beef seasoned with taco seasoning in the meat. And then we put that in the oven. Oh, and we had tomatoes on top. I don't know where the tomatoes are, but that's fine. I don't have to have those. We had fresh tomatoes on top. They were really good. So I'm just going to eat those with my Coke Zero and my crushed ice. Oh, sorry.
Level 0.
X-rays or something.
So I just dropped my sample off at the lab. So she packed it in ice. So keep your fingers crossed they get it right this time. And she said she's sending it to the absolute main lab immediately. So, yeah. So just waiting for the elevator. Which one will come first? This one. I think this one. Oh, and Richard is home and he's fine. He's gonna have to wear one of those heart monitors at night while he's asleep, so they can determine if they can pick up those palpitations. But all his tests came back perfect, healthy. So yeah, maybe it's just anxiety. It's not like we haven't had a lot going on in our family, you know. So he slept so much better last night too. He was in the car waiting for me if I can get upstairs. So I'm in the Edmonton Clinic. And this is the place to bring weird things like that, you know?
Level 1.
Hello. I'm vlogging. So she took it and she wrote all this stuff down, and then they didn't put a label on the container, so she did. And then she said she would send it to the main lab, and she put it on ice, and she's sending it to the main lab immediately.
Oh, good.
So, and the other lab lady told me to make sure I told her it was the second collection. So,
Right.
get it right.
Meaning what happened?
Get it right.
Oh, I see.
Try to be really careful with it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very hard to collect in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. Whew. So that's done. So I am in my craft room, and I am making these presents. Now, I saw somebody do these on a big, huge canvas, and they took these old paintings. You know these kind. Here's another one. Like, you see these in garage sales all the time. And here's yet another one. This one has glass on it, but this one doesn't. And this woman had, she had big pictures, and there were mountains, and she had written in white acrylic, "Love me but keep me wild," and all these really long, really phenomenal statements. And the frames were either turquoise or white. So I was just sitting upstairs thinking about these. I thought these could be great Christmas presents. So on this one, I just hand wrote in pencil, "Stay Wild." So I'm just going to go lightly over it in white paint, and then I'm going to take my paint pen. I'll do a couple of coats in paint, and then the outline of it will be in paint pen, so it looks really tidy. And so what I've written on this one, "Stay Wild." And I'm going to paint the frame white. I just want to see what it's going to look like, because this is a great Christmas present for someone, some female in my life, either my niece or, you know, one of those extra gifts that you want to have at the ready. Because we have such a big family. There's no way on earth I can buy presents for everybody. But I can certainly make stuff. So I thought, why not? I'm kind of missing creating. I haven't done anything in a long time. The only thing I create is snot. It's about my life lately. So yeah, I like this. What do you guys think of these? You know, you probably have a lot of these in your stash. Probably thought, oh, I'll buy that painting. I'm sure I'll do something with it, or I'll paint over it. But you don't have to, because you see the word is over top of that canvas that's, you know, it's kind of fake canvas, but it's all crackled already. When I saw these, I loved them. They were on a huge scale, though. I think the pictures were like 36 by 40 something. And the lady that, the young girl Rachel that I do the cards for every month, she's getting married, and her husband, or they bought anyway for their reception to hang at the reception, the big one that says "Love me but keep me wild," and it's huge, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's going to be at their wedding reception. They're getting married on a farm. So, yeah, she's a real natural girl. Just a cool thing to have hanging at your wedding. But I couldn't put all of those words on here. So I thought "Stay Wild" would be a good 2 words. And I'll think of something else for the other 2. And yeah, even the word "breathe." Something as simple as that. Or be. Just be. Just be. That's a good one. So "Stay Wild" is a good one. This is me. Stay wild. I am wild and crazy. Anyway, so I'm going to carry on with this. So that's what it looks like so far. I still have to outline the white on the background there and paint another coat around the frame. So I'm just going to leave it like that for tonight. See how cool that is? What a super duper gift that would be. I would love to give that to a baby girl. Stay wild. or a little girl, you know? I think they're so cute. Or a girl, or a woman. Just, no matter what, just stay wild, be yourself, be a free spirit. I love it. Isn't that the coolest thing? So it goes from this garage sale-y thing to that. I think they're kind of neat. But anyway, I'm going to close here so I can upload my weekend Vlogmas. And thanks a lot for hanging with us. And thanks for being my buddies while Richard was away yesterday all day. It's so stressful. But I'm so glad he's fine. And at least he will have every test under the sun thoroughly checked. And I can't say this enough, but another reason why Canada's healthcare is so amazing, because they will test you and make sure that you're okay to go home, and you pay nothing. So even him wearing that, whatever, I think it's called a halter, he has to wear it next Tuesday around his chest, and going for the electrocardiogram. I mean, it costs nothing. So I feel really good that he's thoroughly checked completely, and you don't have to worry about, like, if there is something wrong with you but you can't afford to have it checked. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, so stay wild, everybody, and we'll see you. Oh, it's still Vlogmas, so I'll probably see you in the next day or so. Okay, bye for now.